If you are starting your installation up against a building or wall, snap a chalk line off the wall that will be a guide for your starter clips. A common distance for this line is 1.5 inches, 38 millimeters, away from the wall, although these measurements could vary depending on your specific building conditions. Following the chalk line, pre-drill and attach a starter clip at each joist location. Then push your first board into the starter clips. If you are starting your installation on an outer edge of the deck and it will be butted up against a fascia board, follow the same process as before to install your starter clips, but adjust the measurement of your chalk line so that you will have the correct spacing between the fascia and your first row. If you're starting at the outer edge of your deck and the first board is going to be above the fascia, or if there is no fascia, use a Columbus Series board that has a groove routed into the bottom to accept the starter clips. Determine the location of the starter clips, keeping any cantilever at or below 5/8 of an inch or 15 millimeters. Snap a chalk line, install the starter clips, and push the first board into place. This secures the front of the board without any visible fasteners. For the T-clip system, place the clips into the groove like so, making sure to correctly place the tension clips and locking clip on their appropriate joists. Make sure the teeth of the locking clips are over the first row. Install the screws partway down into the joist. Now press the boards tightly together as you finish screwing down the clips. Continue this process until you get to the second to the last board. For the mini gap system, place the clips in the groove of your first board over the joists. Once all the clips are attached, bring the second board over and push it onto the clips at a 45-degree angle and then down into place. Continue this process until you get to the very last board. If the last board needs to be cut to fit, you can route small grooves to accommodate the clips using a plunge router, but you should never route the entire length of the board. If you're using the T-clip system and the last row will butt up against a fascia, you will have to cut off one wing of the T-clips before they're installed. If you're using the T-clips, install the last row before you put in the second to the last row. In order to make sure there's enough room, snap a chalk line where the final row will begin, and remember not to exceed the maximum cantilever. Now install your starter clips, measuring off of this line. Push the last row onto the starter clips, put the second row in place, and slide the T-clips in from the end. If you're using the T-clips and the last board is up against a building, you'll follow the same process. Install your final board first using the starter clips, then put the second to the last board in place. Slide the clips into place and attach. If you're using the mini gap hidden fasteners, the last board will have to be secured with composite deck screws since the mini gap clips can't be slid into place. To minimize the number of screws required, you can install the starter clips as usual and then slide the last board into place from the side. When attaching a fascia, pre-drill the composite deck screw locations with holes that are larger in diameter than the composite deck screws. This will help allow for expansion and contraction of the fascia. The distance between screws should not exceed 12 inches or 30 centimeters. Use 2 screws at each location and keep in mind that screws must be 1.5 inches or 38 millimeters away from any edge. Never attach the fascia directly to any other composite decking material. Always secure the fascia directly to the structural frame. For the hollow boards, NewTek Wood offers custom end caps. To install, place some liquid nail or any other plastic-to-plastic adhesive on the back of the end cap. Then push the cap into the holes using a rubber mallet if necessary. And there you have it, a beautiful, maintenance-free, customized deck that is easy to install and will last for years to come. If you have any questions, please visit our website where you will find additional resources to make your next decking project a beautiful success.